Oh, good morning. Happy Thursday. Here's hoping that the stream is gonna go a lot better today. Yesterday, well, an hour, not even an hour in to the stream yesterday, the stream just kind of died. Mostly due to being able to upload to the servers. I don't know what happened. There was like no... Twitch didn't say anything. So, hopefully things go well. Either that or my internet provider decided to do some maintenance and kind of screwed everything up. Which, you know, doesn't mean anything to as someone who's watch streaming video, but when you're trying to upload, yeah, it interferes quite a lot. I mean, it got so bad the stream was dropping every 5 minutes, so I just kind of said, you know what, screw it. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just continue from where we left off, kind of. I kind of continued playing a little bit and then played a little bit more when I got home from work. And pretty much just kind of populated a little bit. Started moving stuff over from the old base. I also moved the reclaimer to kind of get a look at this and see if maybe turning this this area right here into a docking port. I probably could start where all of the docking areas, or at least put at least one right here, or at least one ship. I also got the farm up and running over here. Pre-harvest. I also had to bring these down, as you can see, so that they'll be nice and close and actually work. One more block up and they won't even register. Also, I started playing around with ideas of how to get the how to get this whole setup to work. And one of the things I came up with is pretty much an idea that comes from the RTS world, and that was having dedicated modules that are completely separate, like this. I started playing around with this last night, and the idea is that you have a small little base with its own power source, where it runs the maximum amount of equipment for that, you know, solar array. Like this. So one furnace requires about 2.5 megawatts of power. And therefore, what I do is I put up enough solar arrays. So there's 15 on here. 15 there, 15 there, and that's enough power to power one furnace. And that's the idea. It's like every single time we need a furnace, I save the blueprint, and all we have to do is just add another. Now, I'm not 100% sure if the solar panels can be stacked behind each other. I do see this shadowing bit right here. I'm still trying to figure out what's causing the shadowing. It might be the rocks right here. Yeah, it's the rocks. And if I go down... Yeah, that rock. Okay. So apparently the rocks don't seem to block the solar panels. I'm quite sure if the solar panels were stacked on top of each other, they probably would,
Executing now.
Hey, you're executing nobody. But the idea is that, you know, I'll make one that has all constructors. So I went and made a whole bunch of large constructors because advanced constructors require too much power. I've already started moving things over, as you can see, so that we can tear down this tower and use all the blocks to expand our new living situation. But yeah, you see the large constructors, they're not as fast as the advanced ones, but it only requires 500 energy in when in use. This one needs 1.5. So, which is like, you know, too much for us to have like any serious number of them. But the idea is that, you know, if we have a bunch of large constructors on one 15 solar panel network, we could have them all running at the same time. It would pretty much be similar to having more than one advanced constructor. But I'm just slowly working my way up from the starting point when it comes to production, which the furnaces are going to take care of the ore. So when we go and get ore, that turns it into ingots, and then we'll have constructors in place that take the ingots and turn them into all the other components that we'll need. And then we'll have advanced constructors to do the final assembly. I'm just trying to figure out a way to kind of allow things to kind of run in the background while we're doing other things. Because I'm trying to make it to where things like large projects are doable. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Neodyne ingots, making sure that these things don't need any of those. Yeah. Zhao. Or let's see if I could get these. Well, those are being worked on. Let's see if I can get these to go into the furnace and turn them into warp crystals. Also to see how fast these things are. Oh, I also started on another small vessel. Those are going to be for the destroyer. Still trying to figure them out. I got all the parts for it, but okay, let's let this thing run with these. I am not accepting. Okay. Never mind then. Can't do that. I was hoping it could, but guess not. I'm also going to take an opportunity to make the medical bay for the new station so I can move all those over. Okay, let's see here. What do we have a lot of that we can turn into ingots? Probably silicon ore. Let's this stuff. And Estrian ore. What we can also do is we can make it to where we have a furnace for every single ore type in the game, and we just like throw them. So the idea is that we come back here, we dock, we go to a container, drop all of the, separate them out by their ores, and then we just come over here. Find the auto range. You define the auto production. So why you no work? Oh, turn the power on. There we go. Nice. Why that power wasn't on, I'm not sure. Are you on? There we go. But we essentially just kind of try to keep a full 999 stack in these things and just keep them producing. And because they create a lot of, because they're extremely, they give off a lot of heat. Them being out here in the vacuum of space means that we don't have to worry about them. And they don't seem to take long either. Again, not a design that would survive a PvP world. Well, that's the idea that I'm going to try and figure out. Yeah, combat steel, regular stuff. You got advanced constructors. I need one of these. Combat steel. Do we have anything that's already done? Silicon ingots. I'm trying to make a large constructor module where we'll have a whole bunch of things running at the same time, producing things like basic components, these things like energy matrices, electronics, stuff like that, all running at the same time. I'm going to grab a stack of these. Yeah, stack of these. Okay. Lithium ore. There. Wish there was like a sort button, or just kind of sorts them all down. Copper ore. Move those over. So I'll have to do this then. So that we can make a constructor module. Hey, Nessa, how's it going? Okay, I just gain the infrastructure. Is Twitch behaving? Hopefully today that it's going to behave. We won't know until an hour in. Let that run. I'm making modules infrastructure. So I made this little tiny thing, which is just 15 solar panels powering a furnace. Because a furnace requires 2.5 megawatts of power in this game. And 15 is more than enough to power just a furnace. And the idea is I want to have pretty much a collection of things that just kind of make things. So we'll just have like, so that when we go and get ore, we drop them into the furnaces, it makes all the bars, we take the bars, we store them somewhere, and then as we start needing stuff, we'd have a collection of large constructors that makes basic components like electronics, energy matrices, stuff like that. So that we always have a ton of supplies on hand, because I'm trying to figure out ways of removing steps for the constructors so that we can have the supplies needed to be able to work on larger projects like the destroyer. That was one of the major reasons why I wanted to make the destroyer in the first place, is so that I could kind of figure out where the bottlenecks are when it comes to production of things, because you could see as it's producing things, every once in a while it's making a steel plate and a hardened plate, and this all slows it down. So if I can remove those steps, we can make a ton of blocks and parts and all that kind of stuff really quickly, so that I'll have like 1 or 2, maybe even 3 advanced constructors somewhere on a power grid that just finish off parts as we need them. I'm trying to look at this as more of like a factory rather than a base. Right now I'm just going to make a module that's just 5 large constructors. 5 large constructors will be enough for 15 solar panels, because each large constructor only uses 500 kilowatts, and one set of 15 solar panels can power 5 large constructors. I need to put it somewhere where it's not in the way. Probably somewhere up here. Yeah, up here sounds good. There we go. Drop you right there. We go and build something that could house 5 large constructors, which they're 2 by 2 by 2 for each of them. Not too worried about their cores being out in the open, mostly because even if they get cored, as long as my base is up and running, I can always come back and make a new core and drop it in. So their placement, these are supposed to be like cheap space modules. We'll have to come up with a similar thing, but on the surface. And the furnaces, unfortunately, furnaces would have to be powered by generators rather than solar panels on the surface of the plant. A lot of the things on the surface of a plant would have to be done by generators, because how it goes in the game is that when the sun is first rising, it progressively increases its efficiency until it gets to like noon, and then it starts decreasing its efficiency. So there's no guaranteed way of keeping power. On a station like that. Well, on a base like that. Unless you are using a generator. But in space, that furnace is going to stay powered no matter what. Because the sun doesn't move in space. There. Let's see here. How am I going to go about doing this? Probably going to make it something like... probably increase it out to the point of where it's... I want to have it to where every single constructor is like got its own little hangar door like this. I'm probably going to put them in an outward facing circle, maybe. Maybe even one that it's pointed down. A 2x2. Maybe something like this, maybe instead. Have it facing like this. Kind of like that. Do this. Then that's... making their what holds them in place. Do this. So there's a 2x2 there, 2x2 there, 2x2 there, 2x2 there. I'll start enclosing this. And we'll put a door there. Then we'll put the solar array up. So we'll go and grab the constructors. Put those into place. We'll put ourselves a little capacitor in there. Also, there's no more oxygen inside this large station anymore, so... Okay, where did I put the... They're probably in here. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 per 15. Okay. Just place these like that. That. There. And then right here, we put a capacitor to run all this. Going. Run all this. Like this. Ah. Ran out of parts. Yeah. Maybe a 15th one, so we'll probably put it like right here. Well, I mean, the 5th one. Do this real quick. We'll put it like right here, maybe. Or 2x2, somewhere around here. We're gonna put a 5th one on here. Where? I don't know. Put it right here. Like, fuck. Just put it somewhere. Let's grab one of the capacitors off of this larger base here. I'll grab you. See him. Grab those real quick. Got windows. Guess we're gonna just make. Yeah, make trusses. Holy. Guess all the ingots we just picked up are gone. We'll just do this instead. There are ways around the solar panel limitations. This is probably one of the simplest. And especially when we get into much more difficult designs. This is very much important. Coming up with simple designs. Then we do something like this. The wall. You want to make it look like it's supported. This. Up 3, down 3. And then we put solar panels onto that structure. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Come on. There we go. Then we go over 1. So we make our 10 right there. Then probably just add 3 here, much like we did with the others. We do something like this. There we go. And we got a capacitor. We only need the 1. Nope. And then we go up to right up next to it. Turn power on. Fully. All 4 are on. Yep. All the constructors are on. Now I just need to clean it up. The cool thing about having them be set this way is that as we need more furnaces, more constructors, we just take that blueprint, build it out in the factory, and place it somewhere else. So the constructors are 5 at a time, and the furnaces are 1 at a time. I took that idea from games like Warcraft and Starcraft. You know how when you're playing an RTS, you place buildings as you need them? That's pretty much what I'm doing. Rather than having everything all onto one giant grid where you're having to power them even when you don't need them. This way, you don't have to worry about anything like that. They're on their own separate grid. If they run out of power, it doesn't take your entire system down. So my living quarters, my farm, my medical bay are all going to be on their own separate grid. This one, the main base, and then constructors, furnaces, fuel production, they'll all be on a completely separate grid. So if that goes down, big deal. I'll just, wait for power to come back or strap a generator onto the side of it if I need it. So it's a process that I'm going to do even for defense. So I'll have 2 different versions of all these things. One for the surface of plant, one for up in space. The one that's up in space will be much more renewable than the ones on the surface of a plant. But the idea is that we'll have, on the surface of a planet, we'll have almost like turret modules, where there'll be one turret and they'll have a power source powering that one turret. and as it's being used, as certain turrets are being used more than others, then we'd only have to refuel that one turret rather than our entire system. It's not very convenient by any stretch, but it is much more redundant. So that we don't have one turret that just keeps firing and firing and firing and firing and draining the rest of the system dry. But this first one will create all the basic components, so things like glass, steel plate, they're kind of jangled all over the place, but eventually we will have it to where we have them all saved up, and then we just kind of place them in a nice neat line. But right now they're kind of just bleh all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna go grab the reclaimer here and start taking down the station. Getting ourselves all the blocks we need to make more things like the medical area. Wait, I'm gonna check real quick. There's a bug in the game where if you go too long without gaining your ship when you leave the power on, for some reason it will just turn all the thrusters off. Go up. Up. Up, I say. Now down. But yeah, we got tons of supply we're gonna have to get our hands on. But with this particular system we're gonna have in place, it means that how much waiting we have to do is gonna go down. And if I can get this all set up correctly, it's something I can repeat on later playthroughs as we need them. Okay, there it is. Yeah, once I get this set up, then we'll just move back into doing points of interest again. Yeah, downside to this is, well, our project is a lot further away from our base now. Well, this is the way it goes. It's, we're trying to solve a major problem with survival, and that is being able to build large projects. Yeah, it's got a pretty decent reach for a tool. Still going. Don't have to move yet. Okay, now I have to move. Yeah. See if I did it right. Barely. Okay. Do that real quick. Wait. Nope. Other way. Oh, there we go. Yep. That's the idea, you know, come up with solutions that people haven't thought of yet. Or at least, you know, aren't blatantly obvious. Do that real quick. Check out how many blocks we got. Now that. Quite a bit. Yeah, not bad. Got quite a bit of the station. Go back over here. Finish off the module, make it look nice. Essentially, we're pretty much making these things look like probes. We drop a probe out into space. Do this, that, that. Okay. Do that, 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 that. Do that. Then we put a hangar door on that one. There we go. Right there. Right there. 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 And we'll fill that in so that that's a little harder to hit. I gotta make hangar doors. Hangar doors, hangar doors. While I'm here, you got these elevator locks, the upper levels. I forgot to drop. Off by one. Slowly but surely getting this factory layout figured out. That's one part of the issue. Then the next is we need to get ourselves a bunch of tier 3 auto miners in place so that while we're building, we have auto miners working on the base materials so that we can every once in a while make our runs on all the auto miners, so where we place them, pick up the materials that produced, refuel them, again, then come back, throw them in the furnace, and then part out the results out to wherever constructors are working on what. Let's see here. Yeah, we need more plate. Let's grab the combat steel wherever I put it. Concrete, steel block, hangar door. Where did I put the combat steel? Did I? Oh, there it is. I was worried. It's like, did I already put it into the constructor? There we go. I'll put all the doors on that thing. All these. Do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Make 5 of them. Not enough. Just not enough. The good thing is that this station that I'm making makes us look like we've actually made progress. Also need to put more than just the 2 points of entry onto it. And put a couple of other doors on this thing so that should we need to, we can enter from different sides. What the electronics? I put copper. I put all my copper into the furnace. Right. Go get it. Grab you. We'll leave the leftover ores in there. There we go. Then back. Eventually we'll make all the We'll make an advanced constructor that's on the station. Should probably do that here soon, so I don't have to keep coming back here. There we go. Aha! 1, 2, 3, 4. Make 4 of them. I think I probably can, once I get the other half of the, once I get the bottom half of the station disassembled, then we can start disassembling the farm, and then this farm, because we have that one now. And then we're gonna figure out what the bottom part of the station is gonna look like. Something that's not gonna get in the way of the hangar doors, preferably. Okay. 3x3 door. We need to rotate. No, 2x2 door. 2x2. Okay. Yeah. This. Hangar door. And then rotate here. Rotate like that. Hangar door. Hangar door. Hangar door. And hangar door. There. Nice. As we need more, we add more. Do this right here. Just to kind of make the top of this like this. There. And like a decoration, not exactly needed, but I want it to look like pretty much kind of like a probe. There. Antenna. There. Don't mind that thing. It's just a regular old probe. It's a small probe floating out in space. Don't mind it. You up. You off. Okay. Got ourselves a ton of ingots. Let's see here. Fuel. Can we put... I haven't checked to see if I could put these into the furnace to make pellets. Lots and lots of pellets. Let's see. Now that we actually have a up and running furnace, we can play around with it and see what it can and cannot do. See what ores it can and cannot produce here. Nope. Okay. So, fuels, crystals, and protheum. Crystals and fuel cannot be produced in the furnace. Gotcha. Now that I think about it, it makes a lot of sense. You don't want something that can combust inside of a furnace. Makes a lot of sense. But you never know. You off. We got a bunch of crystals in here. Put all the ore, lithium ore. Just grabbing all the ores here. So I could just get them turned into ingots here. Magnesium. Moving everything up here, all the ingots. Man, an organization tool would be nice, wouldn't it? Some sort of a tool to organize everything. It kind of just goes all the way to the bottom. As if those don't stack. Should stack, but I don't know why they don't. I make a total of 7 of the cores of the auto miners. 7 more. So we have a total of 11. 11 auto miners we can make. Move all those over. Then over here, we'll put all the cobalt, neon silicon. There we go. And they're both running on their own separate grids, not interfering with each other, and also not completely draining the batteries of my main station. Wish I could sprint. That's one thing I have noticed about the artificial gravity, is that for some reason you can't sprint. All peppers. Grab more fruit. Okay. We're also going to have to make a food processor that just does medical supplies. That's why we need to make eventually we're going to have to make a medical bay somewhere on the station. Go back to the furnaces. Check on. Still going. Grab all these. Grab the full stacks. Organization. That is what we're currently trying to figure out. There. Nice. Okay. So let's see here. Got hard steel remaining. Probably should grab a couple of more off the station. And start gaining the blocks needed to make the medical area. Yeah, you see that? All the engines just shut off. All of a sudden. Here. Okay, thrusters. Thrusters on. Wait, those were turrets. No, that was not that was just okay. Turn on. Turn off. Turn off. Turn off. Okay. It's almost like I have to cycle the thrusters just to turn the appropriate ones back on and off. Okay, so I have to back up. There we go. Bring you off. Bring you off. 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 Multi-turret. Yes. Start picking people off. Well, picking these blocks back up. There we go. I'm gonna need to save that blueprint. And then we'll just start one by one assigning constructors to make one thing or another. Probably going to start out with the basics. Steel plate. Things like steel plate and glass. Just have it make those things. Okay, they're now too far away. It's kind of sad that it's taking not nearly as much time to tear apart as it took to build, but such is progress. That's how progress works. Sometimes the old has to go be replaced with the new. Mm-hmm. Not exactly very precise at this distance. Damn it. I'm just going to do this. Down this way. Can't exactly see very well. There you go. Getting close. We're getting close. It's cleaning up here. Getting the ones that are a little bit more difficult to hit. There has to be an issue with getting too far away from a structure that, well, a capital ship that currently is got its thrusters on. If you get too far away, it seems to glitch out and turn off all the thrusters. At least in space right now. Again, not 100% sure on that. Okay, so I'm thinking probably medical bay over here. How big of a area do we need? The question. Probably don't need anything huge, but okay, let's see here. Start out simple. Something like this. make sure that three blocks out, and then pop that. We're gonna have to, yeah, we're gonna have to go 2 blocks high. I just realized that. Because there's certain items that need to have 2 blocks of height to place. Okay. Dovahkiin. There we go. And then from here, ourselves enough room to be able to add all the medical supplies. Trying to think about skylights and all that. So this is going to be like a hallway right here. Gonna do this right here. And right here. Then here. And here and here will be medical supplies. Well, medical equipment. Trying to make it all look all arched and interesting looking. Up here, that way. Okay, I'm thinking probably do a rounded. Do that. And then we'll round that one off right there. So on and so forth. In fact, I'll probably put a docking area right on the edge here. so that if we're in an emergency situation, we can just immediately dock right next to the first aid area. In case of emergencies, I guarantee you there's going to be times where we need to do that. Just do stuff like this. Blink, blink, blink. We'll move everything one block further back, I guess. Ooh, actually, I got an idea. Let's do this instead. One block, one block, one block, and then this. There we go. There we go. And then we do this. Excuse me. Game. Game. There. Game's not cooperating. Game, please. I wish to put block right there. Thank you. Right there. Then we'll put a door right there. We do this. There. There we go. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, beep. Like this, like that. Then we put a door right there. Hey, Awesomer, how's it going? And we do this right here. Good, you? I'm doing fine. Currently just trying to get my brand new station up and running. We've kind of, well, our ability to make bases have outgrown the initial base, and also it's a little difficult to move around in, so we're moving into a new digs. Okay, we need a door right there. So we need to make ourselves a door. Right now, this is our new place. That's our old place. Currently just trying to get things a little bit more, to run a little bit more smoothly, because we started working on our destroyer, our giant ship over here, and I came to the conclusion that we're gonna have to figure out. We're gonna have to make. We're gonna have to restructure how we make everything, because when we were working on the large destroyer, we kept on running out of blocks. So what I'm doing is I'm from the ground up redesigning how supplies and resources are produced. So I went and made myself a whole bunch of self-contained modules. Right now, that little collection of mess right there is 2 furnaces and a collection of 5 large constructors, all working off of 15 solar panels each. So each furnace has 15 solar panels, and 5 large constructors have 15 solar panels. The idea is that they're self-contained power systems, so that I can have them running all the time, producing supplies, producing resources, without it draining my main base. That's the idea. So I just sit there and have the furnaces just pump out iron ingots, and then having the constructors make all the base materials, things like glass panes, optical fiber, mechanical components. Then we'll have another collection of 5 that make things like motors and and computers, stuff like that, electronics, so that we always have stuff being produced, so that when we go to work on the destroyer again, we just grab what we need, do final assembly with advanced constructors so that it's nice and quick, and then we just move on. Okay. I was doing stuff and things. What was I doing? Oh yeah. I was going to go over to the furnaces and grab the supplies. Yes, I'm going super industrial right now. I've only been... Well, I guess I can't say I've not been playing it very long, because I'm already approaching 100. I've already gone past 170 hours of playing this game, but I'm trying to make large structures in survival. And in order to do something like that, we have to have the infrastructure in order to produce blocks and other items very quickly. And in order to do that, we need an unexhaustible power source. And in space, the sun's out all the time, and the solar panels are at 100% efficiency all the time. So it just makes sense to put this all into space. It's not something I would be able to do on the surface of the planet, but we are going to have to make ourselves some modules that we can put on the surface of the planet, because we have to have a ton of water in order to make the large oxygen containers. I've got 145 hours in this game. Nice. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out all the mechanics in the game and what their limits are, so that we can move into making bigger and bigger things. And one of the biggest limitations is just supplies. I'm just trying to solve that off the bat here. Yeah. Wish there was an organization button. That'd be so nice. Okay, I'll drop you back off here. Let's see here. Windows. Let's see. Most was from a year ago while the laptop could still handle it. Yeah, it's a pretty hefty game. That's for sure. This game is quite resource intensive. Okay, let's Okay, 1 advanced constructor, 1.5. Let's see how much power I'm currently using on my station right now. I have to plug in the medical stuff real quick. We'll grab all the medical stations we currently have here. Some water in here. Grab you. Nothing in that tank. Grab you. Grab you. All the medical modules here. Grab you and grab you. There we go. There's only 4 of them, but only recently built a computer. By handle it, I mean 10 to 15 FPS. Yeah, that's. Yeah, this game can get kind of out of control at times. There's a particular area on my planet, my starting planet. I have barely left my starting area, so. But on my starting planet, there's a compound you can see in the alternative route mission. There's an area that has two fortifications and a whole bunch of turrets. Now I get 150 to 200. Nice. Max on everything. I'm pretty close to that. Okay, not that. We're not doing that. Medical supplies. Here we go. Okay, so we need the regular first aid station. Probably right here. Boop. Yeah, got first aid station. Medical type. That one. That. Got you. Station 2. Do that right there. And we got 2 more, which are these. Place that right there. Place you. There. There. Yeah. Skyrim music? I've got a collection of soundtracks from games that I enjoy. And one of those games is Skyrim, yes. I also have Mass Effect and also all 3 Mass Effects and also Halo 4. But they're all games that I've enjoyed in the past, and I kind of just put them into one giant playlist. There we go. Okay, we just need to put a door on here. We put a door there, and we need to put a ventilator on there too. Now let's see here. Where are we going to put the constructor? I probably want to put the constructor kind of... I don't want it to be in the way, really, because this is my landing base. I want to put the constructors into here. I may have to make another module for the advanced constructors that I'll put on board here. I might have to put the construction area down below because I do have a connector that goes down. That's probably what I'm going to do. Excuse me, I didn't want that. Let go. Okay. But yeah, the destroyer we're eventually going to start getting back into is it's only there for a challenge. We're not actually going to use it because this thing would be expensive to maintain. But I will put it into a dry dock area. That's another thing I need to make a dry dock for all of the larger capital ships to kind of just have them all in a line right next to each other. Because eventually when we get to I can imagine the last thing we're gonna make, and the reason why we're making all this infrastructure is the last thing we're gonna do during this playthrough is make a giant battle cruiser at maximum build height or length. In the case of a ship, maximum build length, which is 514 meters. So we're gonna make a giant battle cruiser that's 515 meters long. Why? Because I just want to test my my ability to make large structures. Yeah, it's 514 meters long. Yeah. 514 meters from the center block. Yeah. This thing is, I think it's up at 250 right now. Where are we at right now? Yeah, 200. This one is a little under halfway. Half the length. So this is a little less than half the length of what the battle cruiser will eventually be. I mean, we found out exactly what the build length was by building this giant tower. So this thing went, a lot further. I'm disassembling it, but you can see how long it would have been. It's pretty long. Yeah. We just built until the game basically said, nope, can't go any further. Yeah, thinking probably down here somewhere. We're gonna build ourselves a little bit of a construction area here. Probably to there. I want to give myself enough space to where I can land still, in case I go too far that way. Probably double length here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. Ever get attacked while building? Nope. In space, currently right now, there's nothing that can attack you. At least not right now. On the surface of a planet, yes. All the time. All the time you get attacked. Space currently right now is the safest place to build any base. I have seen patrols kind of flying out in space. There's one that's hanging out by the moon. But I need to be able to make myself I need to get myself what you call it? Words, sentences. I have to make myself a combat ship in order to be able to take it out. Which I kind of do have a combat ship, but it's more of a medium combat. So, able to take out points of interest and turrets. But it can't do anything beyond that. I've called it the defector. Medium combat. Small vessel. I need to make a heavy combat. Do you ever build in creative mode? No. I currently, right now, I only build in survival. Brings an extra challenge to the game. A lot of the stuff that I've built, I could have easily have built really quickly in creative. But I prefer the extra challenge. Because you can easily build yourself a structure that would never work in survival, or it would be too expensive. It wouldn't be worth it. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Why don't you use symmetry axis? Well, I'm currently working on the center column, but currently right now I'm going to probably turn that on for this part. Because I'm building a module down here. There's a weird glitch, though. There's a weird glitch when it comes to, you know, building a block here. It consumes 2 blocks rather than 1, and it deletes one of them. So, it's a little odd. Okay. Do that. Okay. We're going to put an elevator shaft down the center of this thing into the construction area. And I'm thinking probably just going this way a little bit. Ah, not like that. Sometimes I don't like the click and drag build mechanic. Doesn't exactly cooperate sometimes. Do you use auto miners with ore depletion on? The ore depletion, yes. I have not gotten too far into using or auto miners. I have like 4 of them right now, but trying to work my way into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I am going to start using them really soon here, just so that I can start. That way I can start getting a whole bunch of ore, dropping them in the furnaces, and then start working on kind of buffing out what my build steps are going to be. The building process. Do this. That. I think it's like 2 blocks high for the constructors, yeah. 1, 2, 3. And then we do this. There we go. This is kind of just the area where the elevator will end, at least for now. All of my, pretty much everything I build is always just a work in progress. It's never truly finished. It's good enough for the time being. Yeah. Okay. What I'm doing right now is I'm gonna make like one side the constructors, the other side storage. So what I'm gonna do here is probably do something like this. Probably like that. Here. I want to do something like this. Now let's do that. Trying to make it to where it looks. Did not want to put you here. Plus, I like functional designs rather than fancy ones. I like coming up with designs that just look industrial. Okay. Okay, trying to figure out. immediate storage area apartments here. Either that or we just make a column wide with a storage. Yeah, do that. Yeah, we'll do this. And right here, maybe. No. Do something like this. This is the very bottom of the structure, so well, very bottom for now. There. There will be crates lining this side. I'll do this real quick. Yep. Not that far should be fine. Now here. Anybody gotta go? No problem. Thanks for coming and hanging out. This is insane. It's yeah. You can make some really big structures in this game. It's kind of crazy. Okay. I need to place these down because I'm having a hard time visualizing their placement. Okay. Yeah, that will be just fine. There we go. There we go. Much better. Don't need it to take up a lot of space. Just need enough to... There we go. There. Filled up. And we'll do this. There. There. That worked out just fine. The very bottom of the station for the time being. Let's see here. What could we put down here? I feel like I should put something interesting down here. Maybe something like this. Do like that. Yeah, well, that works. Okay, that's the very bottom of the station. Constructor has been put in. One of the constructors have been put into place. We don't need a huge constructor on the space, but enough to where it works. Let's see here. Nope. We'll do something like this. That way I can make kind of like scaffolding that kind of connects up into there. Anyway. Let's go and get. We're gonna need food here. Food and water. Grab this one. Let's grab everything in here. We'll tear this one down. I'm going to drop this advanced constructor onto the bottom part. Oh wait, elevators. Here are still some elevators. Elevators. I need elevators. Built 20 of them. Slowly moving everything from the station over. There we go. Bottom part of the station where our two advanced constructors are going to be located. Probably have a completely separate module for the have a completely separate module for just the deconstructor, because it requires a bit of power to run. Let's grab all those, move them over. Doop-a-doo, doop-a-doo-a-doo. Doop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. Probably make a door to go directly to it if I want to go really fast and go through space. Let's go down. There we go. There we go. Do this and that. The other things all the way down to the bottom. Oh, come on. There. Okay, elevator down at the bottom. There we go. Two advanced constructors online. We got main power 1.6. I need to add more solar panels to the side of this thing. I can fit 5 more onto this. Right. No more. New more. Gotta make more. Or find more. I gotta put the remainder 5 of the station somewhere else. Put like miscellaneous solar panels all over the place. So we max it out. There they are. Let's go over to here. We have 5 solar panels that we can place. I can probably over here. Yeah. Let's see here. Horizontal. Adapter vertical. Do this. Why only 3? Why you only... Okay. Weird. Do this. I'm gonna also check to see if I can put them right behind each other. I can. Well, that's good. Nice. I'll put one over here. There. Nice. That works out just fine. We're currently at maximum solar panels now. How are we doing? 2.46. Okay, that's fine. Food. And I think we can start moving things over. Pick up berries, why not? And go over here, grab you. And we'll drop all this food off. Nice. Grab 2 of those. We'll drop off the glass and plates here. And I need to move everything over. There we go. Gonna move all of our stuff over here. Move all of our stuff over. Then we can start tearing apart all this stuff. Oh. At least I now know I can put solar panels in front of solar panels. That was nice to know. Okay, place those all into here. There we go. But yeah, the station's gonna look a lot better once I get all the production up and running. Oh, last bit of it right there. Slowly making some headway here. But yeah, the new station looks a lot more functional. Looks like actually something that you could see someone living on. Do 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 boo boo doo boo. There we go. Probably gonna have to add some sort of an armory onto our station, so we can put all of the guns and ammunition that we find on points of interest and just drop them into there. Grab you, and then grab you. Or grab you. Okay. Well, let's see here. We got a lot of crap. Oh my god, we got a lot of crap. Okay. Move these all over. There. Do this real quick. Just gonna put like base components, everything that's red, into here. And right here I'll put probably some equipment. Just equipment. Divide them up by use. Well, internal base components. We'll put like blocks, windows, elevator blocks, we'll put them somewhere else. Grab you. There's all of our components for the vehicle we want to make. Up. Put all the storage containers down below. Getting kind of hungry. We're gonna keep the jet on here. Do this. Drop you, drop you. Cargo boxes keep. And we'll do. Let's do green. All the green stuff here. This, that. Windows. Those. Drop the base block in there for now. There. Had to quickly get here so that I could feed myself. So I wouldn't starve to death. Gotta work on our oxygen now. There we go. That way we can do this. There we go. Okay, let's go to the back down to the construction area. You off. All those windows, got cargo boxes, which we'll put over here. We're going to place them like this. So we're just going to line them up kind of like this. This is where we're going to put base building components down in here. Things like hard steel blocks, windows, pretty much, structural kind of components down into there. For now, at least. We'll come up with a better organizational process later on. Trying to come up with a way of having all of the supplies kind of all converging onto those two advanced constructors to limit the number of trips we have to make. Yeah, let's just do that. Press the button. Coming up with a way to make this into more of a a factory for building things. Space dock, dry dock, whatever you want to put it. No, oh, that's a block. Leave that behind. Drop you off. Drop you off. Equipment. The upgrade kits have to go down. Drop you off. You. Drop you off. Okay. Drop all the green off. And might as well put blue in there too. All the hovercraft stuff. There we go. Drop you off. Drop those off over in here. There we go. We're gonna need an armory here eventually. Everything's coming together. You off. Locks off. I'll put all of these into here. The smaller cargo box. Nice. All coming together. Grabbed everything, good. Do I have space for... do not. Alien Thorn, drop. Don't care about the alien thorns. At least not right now. And that's the rest of everything of value I can think of. The rest is just stuff I'm going to use the multi-turret to see here. Got one cargo box, concrete blocks, steel blocks, equipment, shotgun upgrade, drop you off. Oh, drop you off. We got that texture tool. Drop all those off. There we go. This is that. This, that, and the other things. The money cards. Got credits. Credits for days. Drop another one of these down there. One of these. There. Drop blocks off. Still got some equipment, and some bullets. Well, we're slowly organizing a little bit better here. All of our stuff are going to be pretty much in their proper areas. We can find all of our equipment and everything we need. Didn't have my light on. Didn't have my headlamp on. Oh, geez. Yeah. Equipment. Drop you off. Drop you off. Ammunition. Got anti-rad stuff. Drop that off over here for now. There we go. As long as I keep this on, it will keep everything from it'll keep everything from, going bad. Make one of these. Gonna drop off the shotgun upgrades. There. We're gonna have to grow our farm. We're gonna have to start making plants to expand it out. Noticed I had a couple of elevator blocks that hadn't placed yet, so up here, right here, there. Think, there we go. Now we're good. Okay. Yeah, we got this entire area. We're gonna have to fix. Well, we need a door right there. Trying to get used to the layout. We do this. I can make cobalt alloy. Wait, cobalt alloy. Iron. Oh yeah, iron. We need iron. We need to make a trip. Find ourselves a large iron deposit and just have it working while we're doing other things. That's what we're gonna have to do. I think I got everything out here. Other than decorative parts and pieces, I think we got all the construction stuff out here. Yeah, oh, that sounds good. For the time being, we'll just leave that for later. I'm going to concentrate on getting our station disassembled. Here, multi-turret. access. There. Tear this baby down. It's been retired. It was a good station while it lasted. As we play this game, we'll be doing this again as we're making better and better bases. Better stations, better bases, as their skill improves. And whatever blocks we don't use on the base, we will use on the giant ship over there. We're also gonna have to texture our new station here. I'll do that once this station's gone. Just gonna have to be careful not to take out the control block, or it's gonna turn into steel plate instead. Which I guess wouldn't be a bad thing, technically. Okay. Nearly gotten to the halfway point of the station here. God, this thing has got a long range to it. Too bad you can't use it on the surface of a planet. That's a shame. That would make it. This would make it so much easier. Tearing down points of interest would be so much easier. Okay, we don't need those anymore. Get rid of the solar panels. I'm gonna do this. Get really, really close. There we go. Let's move a little closer so we can see what we're doing. Also, so I don't hit the block. I don't hit the controller block. It's almost gonna look like it, like an explosion happened. It's kind of funny. Tearing down the old farm here. This block is like extremely dense. Surprised how many blocks I put into this thing. Ooh. We put a ton of blocks in this thing. And that's just the farm. Oh, man, my arm is getting stiff. Trying to hold the mouse cursor in place here. Well, it's just so we can recycle all these blocks. Be able to do more things with it. Yeah, that's the size of that. Side of that. Getting pretty close to that block. Old docking station, no longer there. Probably gonna take a break here real quick when it comes to disassembly, just so I can take a break. There we go. And also move all the blocks I just took off the station. Bring it to the new station. There we go. Weehoo! Yeah, we got ways. Okay. Also, I'll grab the lights here real quick. Reload. Grab you, grab you, grab you, grab you. Grab these lights. The door. There. Over to the news station. There we go. Let's see. Got capacitors we can leave here. The doors. More lights. I probably should be placing rather than putting them away. Ventilators, solar panels, windows, steel blocks, ammo crates. Okay. Do something like this. Light 2. Yeah, this kind of light. Oink. Oink. Light up all the dark places. Probably do something like this. That would be pretty. Maybe not. Like 2. Yeah, we'll just do something like this. There. Just trying to light things up. And then in here, probably these kind of lights. Trying to light some lights in here, make it a little bit brighter. Do some harvesting over here. Keep production up. There. In fact, I could probably put some textures on the floor a little bit while we're here. Make it look like this, maybe. I like it. Let's go with that. These will be just walkways into the different areas. There we go. There. And we'll do something like this. No, not like that. Undo. Oh. Where's the original? Probably that? No. That? No. Probably this? No. That? There we go. That was weird. Is this not all gray? There. Splash color. Degree of color to the station. Excuse me. There. That's weird. Okay. Textures. Go to the main. Let's go to the main hangar. That's a secondary hangar. We don't have anything to park in there right now, so it is considered a secondary hangar. Hangar 2. Do this. So let's see here. Do this. No. One over. Marking that so we can get rid of the blocks. There we go. Okay, let's go into symbols. Something like this. Right here? Yes. Kind of like caution, don't go beyond this point. Kind of a look to it. Just regular texture. There. Because it is a hangar deck, so yeah. Do this. Here's Remove that. No, one more over. Never mind. Bulls. Trying to figure out the absolute center. There. The center mark. Kinda. Yeah, that works. That'll work. Symbols. Point over. Do something like this, maybe. Okay, we're good. Do the same over on here. Over, yeah. Ooh, Guess we'll move it over one. Move you. And we'll do this. And then you. There. Better. Better, better, better. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? Probably want to bring the wood texture into here a little bit. We'll do that. There. So those look like steel plate, and this is kind of like the beginnings of the comfortable side of the station. Do this actually all the way to here. Nice. We're gonna have to figure out a roof.
You're welcome.
Verity. We're gonna have to figure out placement of what kind of wall texture we want, where we're gonna put lights. Well, there's light up textures in the game, so figuring out where lights, quote unquote, will be located. Drop you off there. Drop all the blocks off here. There we go. Ooh, I could do that. I'm gonna make myself a two ATM machines. We'll put them on either hangar so that when we go and attack points of interest, we'll just drop 2 ATMs and immediately deposit what we have, so we don't have these things just kind of take up space. It is not exactly useful to just hang on to them. Yeah, put them there. Put them, let's put it like right here. Boink. Pause it. 1,200. I'll put it over on the other side too. So that when we land here, we can just immediately deposit what we have. There. So we're not taking up room in our inventory. I think it's this way. Yes. I also have to put up like signs and stuff like that to remind me where all of the sections are, so I don't get lost on my own station. We have to fill out this entire area, fill it in with blocks, farm plots. Finish. I demand food. Come on. Please, oh please. You wouldn't mind. Well, you're gonna take forever, aren't you? Okay. The outside of the station is gonna be a pain, but oh well. Grabbing struts. Grabbing the struts so that I can finish this bottom part down here. I want it to look like it's held in place by struts, because it is quite a long cylinder that we've constructed. Okay, this. Rotate. Rotate. And then do that. Okay. There. Makes it look like it's held down there. But it's not gonna shear off. At least that's the idea. That won't shear off. Okay, 4. What can I do with these? I also want to do something with them. No, we'll be fine. Okay. Worked a little bit on that, then we'll go back over to here. tear some more up, tear this place apart some more. I think I'll ignore the windows for now because they're kind of hard to hit from this angle. Let's just work on getting the majority of the structure taken out. Then we'll go and get what we were able to get the first pass. All the windows and stuff like that. Slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley. Okay. Yeah. Move the mouse around here. I'm not holding my arm up in a weird angle. Okay. I should probably before I go off to work, I'm gonna try and make at least one turret module, so at least we have some sort of defense up here, because you never know when it comes to a developer, they might create some. They might add something to the game where you do get attacked in space on a semi-regular basis, so I probably want to get those. Oh shoot. And now we're down steel plate. Because I just took out the module. Oh shit. Just took out the control block. Oh well, we're getting low on steel plate anyway, so. I'll just finish off the rest of this farming module, and then we'll probably make ourselves another control block. We'll make ourselves another control block and probably place it onto the medical, quote-unquote, medical ship. Yeah, this is gonna be the last time I tear apart a giant structure like this. I will build this giant structure. I will not tear one apart again. What have we learned? We learned that we're never doing that again. That's what we learned. Definitely not doing that again. Not doing this again. Never, never, ever, ever. We build it, it's staying where it is. We're not rebuilding anything. We're not tearing apart anything after this whole song and dance. Get rid of the windows so we don't run into them. Well, the good thing is that our capital ship is living up to its name. It's definitely reclaiming all those blocks. Okay, you off, dropping you off, dropping you. Hey, look, the core. It didn't destroy it this time. It's a damn near miracle. Press blocks, windows, steel blocks. Go. We'll just have to place that somewhere different. Probably on the very other end of it. That way we don't have to worry about taking it out halfway through the process. Drop, drop, drop. Okay, we got glass and steel plate. We'll put it into this constructor over here. There we go. We'll put the rest of this into there. We'll grab a couple of these blocks though. Just a full stack. I'm not going to use that many though. Wait. I need the components for this turret. Okay. Cobalt alloy. The plate. That's right. Grab you. Drop you. Yeah, that should have opened up a bunch of things. Maybe. Possibly. Okay, so we got projectile turrets. Artillery. Only works in space. Laser turrets. Laser turrets. Okay, yeah, let's make the first one the laser turret. 1, 2. No, just one. Actually, 2. Yeah, we'll make it double-sided. It's one that's for space, so it'll be double-sided. So how many? We'll have to just see how much power it requires when active. We're gonna have to put a. Okay, we can only make the one. What am I missing? Power coil. Power coil. Ah, that's what I'm missing. That. Yeah. Here. Check our groups. Plasma turret. PL charge. LS charge. LS charge. SV. Here. CV. Okay. LS charge CV. CV. I make a whole bunch. Grab an ammo crate. I need an ammo crate. Ammo crate. Ammo crate. A core. Small ammo crate. And there's a base block up there. Probably gonna have to make a bunch of solar panels. See how much is require. Energy in 5 kilowatts. So wow, we don't actually need that many solar panels. I got like, so let's make 5. 5 solar panels. 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be more than enough. We need the supplies to make this double-sided turret, but the idea for making the turrets their own separate bases is so that, especially when I'm on the ground, say, you know, a bunch of rocket turrets come along and destroy one of the, you know, destroys my core. Well, the turrets are on a completely separate power source, so they'll continue to fire until they either run out of ammunition or run out of power themselves, which would make it very painful in PvP because they'll go and they'll go and take out what they think is your main power core, and then all of a sudden realize all the turrets are still firing at them. So they would have to take each and every turret out one by one. And in the meantime, they're getting shot at from all sides. Because each and every turret has each and every turret has their own power source and core. And when I'm on the surface of a planet, there'll be the solar panels, and then there'll be a generator on there, just in case they try and shoot the solar panels first. There's still a backup generator on board that has a bunch of fuel on it. AKA can't stop, won't stop. So, yeah. We'll put our first core out in here to a similar rotation to everything else. There we go. We'll do this real quick. Yeah. Only functional in space. Oh, I just built the CV version. I need a base. turret. That's what I need. I need a base turret. Not a capital ship turret. I need a base turret. God, going down these things is a pain in the ass with a jetpack. Okay, base only, please. Base turrets only. Projectile turret. Yeah. Laser turret. Okay. I don't have enough of that. N. Zirconium alloy. So what do I need for zirconium alloy? Ingots, estrium. Okay, no. That. I need more of this. Okay. Okay. Of course, we're heading to a point where the game is forcing us to go and get supplies. Let's charge. Iron blocks, solar panels. Got 19 of them saved up. Okay. Still got another half of the station to burn through. Okay, well that's here for now. We're gonna make it double-deckered. So I'm probably gonna only leave it this wide, and then we'll put like solar panels on it. So we'll have a turret up down here and a turret up here of the same type. And if anything hostile gets near it, it starts shooting it. Ow. And then we'll just kind of place those around the station, and we'll just kind of monitor the area in case one day we start up the game and the update has made it to where, surprise, you now have to deal with hostile ships floating around outside your space base. Yeah, we need to get those turrets made. Probably make a trip out there. Yeah. We have fuel? We need fuel. Right. We need fuel to be able to run these this equipment. Okay. Do this. Start running that. With that running. Well, that running while we're making fuel so that we can power our auto miners. Because I'm going to go to a planet. I'm going to place those things on a deposit, and then we'll leave. And then we'll do other things, and then we'll come back. But I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. We're going to continue. I just don't want to be around waiting for that, so I'll be right back. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Whoop. See here, 18? I think 18 should be enough. Yeah. I'll let that run while we're gone. This, whee! And I'm thinking probably gonna run on the defector rather than the reclaimer, because I think I have got some crystals on board this ship. I think I do. Good. Turn on main power.
Yes, Commander.
Okay. The reclaimer. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna be going to our mining tier 3s, or 4 of them. Now let's get onto the map and line up for, I think it's this one. Yes, Estrium. We need lots of Estrium. Okay. Where's the orange arrow? It's over this way. There we go. Full speed ahead. Punch it.
Faster than light drive. Charging now.
Oh, that's the new graphic they added for the warping. Nice. They need it animated though. What they need to do is they need to add where your ship is kind of going through this tunnel as the loading screen. Something animated. They need something animated for the faster than light travel. Okay, so we need to land on this planet. Currently right now this is my only combat vessel. The combat entry vehicle can defend itself, but only for a short period of time. But the reclaimer is the only vehicle that has combat steel armor plating on the outside of it. This one has only got hardened steel, but it's only meant to be kind of like a transition point into a larger, much more heavily armored SV, which we haven't created yet. I need to have several different tiers of combat vessel, so that I would have an early game one, a mid game one. Now we need to start thinking about a end game combat vessel. This vehicle is only meant to be a transition point. Excuse me. Excuse me, game. Could you please? Thank you. Okay, so we need protein deposit there. There's an Estrium deposit there. I know I didn't finish these deposits off. That I know for sure. %60 power usage, huh? Oh, you want to? I'll fill that real quick. If we find things along the way, we'll find things along the way. But this is meant to be a quick trip, so that's why I'm not bringing the transport ship. Just quickly show up here, do our thing, and leave. Which is it has its own danger. We do have to worry about, well, ground troops. We can deal with them. They're going to be a little difficult to hit, even with our guns. But eventually here, we're going to have to make ourselves another station in orbit. And we're going to have to make a ground base once we have made one on our first planet. And then how it's going to work is when we go to a new planet, we'll make a station in space, we'll make a station on the surface, and then as we take out points of interest and also have our auto miners working on deposits, as we gain material, they go to the base on the surface, and then we transport them up into the material, you know, the station up in space, and then from the station up in space, we send to our main base. So that when we go to clear out a planet, we're there for a much longer period of time, so we don't have to spend so many plexic crystals to get back and forth. I'm gonna go over to this deposit over here and drop all 4 on top of it and have them just go to work. Check to see how much. Check the map real quick. Okay, how much is left on this thing? %. That's more than adequate. These 4 mining should take it out pretty quick. Oh, satellite wreck. Okay. Are you Yes, you're a drone. Okay. No. What's up? Yeah, we have to come up with a ship that's better than this. I'm going to try and make something that's a little bit more maneuverable than this one. Something that could maneuver its way out of extremely hostile areas. Probably not going to be anything that's very fuel efficient either. Just going to be straight up combat ship. Looking around here as we land. Okay, we're good. Making sure there's nothing nearby. Do this real quick. There we go. Put one right above it. Can we not put more than one? How far away do we have to be? Oh, wow. Okay. Only one at a time. That's lovely. Okay, whatever. 7%. Add a couple more onto this thing. Yeah. That's slightly unfortunate that's unfortunate we can only put one on each deposit. It's a shame. Yeah, let's see if we can find another one. As long as we get outside of render range, it won't get attacked. All I have to do is just worry that it will get attacked when we come back. Another Estrum deposit. Where is it? There it is. Medium. 100% ore left. Dropping these things off. There. Where is it? They're right above it. There we go. I'm just gonna get all four placed and working. Oh, wait. They also do this. Waypoint. Do that. Except there. Just to mark them to make sure that I remember that I've placed an auto miner there. Just following the red markers. Red radar. And you are a hostile base. I'm not interested in you right now. I will be interested in you when I get my base parked out in orbit. Trying to get Estrum deposit. Four of them in a row. Excuse me. Stop moving around. Ah, man, I hope it's not in the middle of the woods here. That suck. That's when you start getting into very dangerous. Oh, abandoned factory. And a rocket drone. Bye. Okay, we found an abandoned factory. That's nice. Reload. Go this way a little bit. Protheum. Oh, that's nice. Keep going this way. Hoping to find a total of 4 of them. Do do do. Aha. Well, luckily for me, I'm using a vehicle perfect for this. Nope. They're not guided. That's always good. Yeah. Found another. Oh god. Oh man. Oh shit. Hi. Surprise. How you doing? They had ground troops. That's a first. Miniguns with ground troops. That threw me off. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, you jerk. There. Now, can I please set my shit down? Yeah. Looking around real quick. Drop you off. There we go. Actually, you don't want to pull one off. There we go. Get out of here before they decide to shoot at it. Term deposits. Waypoint, accept. Okay. Let's go find another. Reload. You're new. Mining hub. Hell yeah. Get that minigun drone out of the way. There we go. Hello, you. What possibly could be in you? This is definitely new. Well, we got 3 of them currently set up, so that's good. Landing it up. Ore storage. Visitors. Let's go to the visitor center first. Hey, how you doing? Trader. Oh. Ooh. Refined? Yeah. How many can I get? 8. Nope. I don't have a lot. Do not have enough for that. Buy, sell. Oh, tell me why on the planet there are bases of drones and aliens, and in space there is nobody. Currently, right now, the game has not added space combat yet. There are areas. There are areas where you can find space stations, but if you are playing on randomly generated, the chances of that stuff being randomly generated is pretty rare. But they do. I'm quite sure they're going to add space combat here eventually. Oh, there's another mining hub. Hey, no. Oh, come on. There we go. Here. Okay, we got 2 mining hubs. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. So if I've got the crystals, I can just sell them to get a bunch of credits, and then I can buy all the Estrum I want. Nice. That's really, really nice. But let's continue our investigation and looking around in here. This is a good find. Need those. Don't need wood planks. Ooh, rifle upgrade. Also, they haven't added the game mechanic where they get angry if you just loot them. Oh, hey, dudes. Oh, hey, bros. At least not yet. Guaranteed they're gonna add that, where there's like a theft mechanic in the game. Where if someone sees you steal something, they'll like straight up attack you. Ooh, that was nice to find. Oh, nothing there. Rah, rah, rah. Grab everything. Ooh. Jetpack. EVA. Power storage. Also in this game, what appears in all of the containers is randomly generated too. So there's no like guaranteed drop of anything in this game. I'm quite sure when it comes to the mining, these mining places, ore is probably a lot easier to find. Wait, can I talk to these people? No? Okay. I think it would be pretty cool for them to add to the game where all these areas, you can get contracts. So if you give someone, if someone gives you a contract